MK Love.
The super rich.
Now you might be asking yourself, MK, I don't get it. Why did you feel the need to put super in the title? It's because I'm not talking about the rich. I'm talking about the super rich. I'm not talking about movie stars, rappers, and actors. I'm talking about CEOs, politicians, royalty. I'm not talking about millions. I'm talking about billions. One of my biggest beefs with the super rich are their extremes and extravagances. These people with multiple $100 million homes with live-in house staff, people with dozens, hundreds of cars. Why do you need so many things? So many houses, so many cars. You only have one ass. You can only sit in one place at a time. There are people on this earth so rich they can buy the NFL. As it stands today, the NFL and all its teams are about $44 billion. There are people that can buy that. In fact, there are a small handful of people that can buy the NBA. On top of that, the NBA is worth a little bit less. It's about $30 billion. There are people on this earth that can buy every single NFL and NBA team and then still have enough money left over to buy every first-string player a Xbox and a pair of Air Yeezys. It doesn't make sense to have this much money. I say we should give the super rich a type of cap, a limit to their wealth, and let's make that limit fucking, I don't know, $10 billion. Any wealth accrued after you've reached the $10 billion is redistributed to charities of the earner's choosing. Now, I know there are probably going to be folks that aren't even rich that say, well, that's not fair. And I'm sure the super rich are going to be so offended by this number, they're probably going to have me killed so I can't spread any more of these ridiculous ideas. But oh yes, it's quite fair. Folks, it's $10 billion! There's just no reason to have more than this amount of money. $10 billion is still enough to where you can be as out of touch with society as you want to be. You can still be in that club of people. You can still be as pompous as you want to be. I say, do you know who I am? Yeah, you're that rich guy. You're damn straight! You can still be James Bond villain rich. It's $10 billion! Second, when a person has $10 billion, they are usually in a position to keep $10 billion. I'm saying if a person spends $1 billion and a week later they have that billion back, then that is their billion. They can do what they want with it. Now, of course, there will be systems set up to where this very obvious loophole won't be manipulated. There will be some channel to go through, but there is no reason why this idea can't be accepted as a tool to stabilize wealth distribution. If the super rich could bear the thought of being only sort of insanely rich, do you know how much better the world would be? I don't know how these people sleep at night. I mean, I imagine it's exquisitely comfortable physically, but I meant mentally and spiritually. There are people in Africa who have literally resorted to eating dirt just to feel the sensation of having eaten something. Look it up. Niggas in Africa be like, oh my fucking god! Oh my god! Oh my fucking god! I am so hungry! Oh my god, I can't take this shit anymore! Give me anything to eat. What do we have? I do not care what we have to eat. I will eat it. Just give it to me. We have dirt. Yes, okay, fuck it. I don't care. Just give it to me. I will eat it. Yes. Oh, yes, dirt tastes so good. Oh, yes, dirt. There are people in your own country, in your own city that didn't get to eat today. And they didn't get to eat yesterday. There are whole families, not people, families living out of cars. Mothers and fathers looking for work or working and not getting enough hours to make ends meet. Kids going to school and what they get there, that's the only food they eat. And then all of them coming back to a car to sleep. People doing better than average aren't even doing very good. They live in the same neighborhoods, they shop at the same stores. They just have slightly better versions of what the dude across the street had. Sarah, did you know the neighbors had that premium package with all those channels in it?
Even Oprah's?
Yeah, and all the ESPNs.
No way!
Yeah, way! The world is so messed up, and so much of it is because of money. Money changes people. I remember a friend of mine told me something. A very dark complected friend. His motherfucker was dark. Pretty eyes though. I remember it was just before he really blew up. He said, everyone is a liar. You do not come into this kind of financial stability and remain the same person. And all I could say was, oh, well, okay. And sure enough, over the next few months, he himself began to change. I was happy for him. He deserves what he has, absolutely. He just changed. He's different now, that's all. It's true, money changes people. And I wish I could change that. Every time I imagine having vast amounts of money, every time I imagine it, I end up giving it away. To a charity or to just deserving individuals that need it. I would be Jesus just going around paying for miracles. Don't get me wrong, I wouldn't give it all away. I'm going to take care of myself. But I just can't have so much money. It's not in me to hoard it, to keep it to myself unused. Money has no worth if it's just sitting there growing stagnant in some stuffy suit's bank account. There's no point in it being there if it's never being put to any use. I'm asking anyone of considerable wealth that sees my video to just consider what I said. That's all. People like you have the capacity to create copious amounts of change in this world for good. I hope some of you choose to use that capacity. And I am issuing an invitation to former CEO of PayPal, Peter Thiel, founder of Virgin Group Richard Branson, overall media proprietor Oprah Winfrey, Microsoft co-founder Bill Gates, and chairman and CEO of Facebook Mark Zuckerberg. Yes, even Mark Zuckerberg. Come speak with me. Please. I have some things I wish to talk to you about. I chose you billionaires because you never lost your human element, you are philanthropists, and you share my interest in technology and in people. Now I have to go, but as always I want you guys to check the description. There's some pages down there for you, but more importantly, there is a link to a video that is going to give you a greater perspective on what I mean when I say that there is a wealth problem in the world. Alright, see you guys later.
Boom, I say. Now, what is this you were saying about putting a cap on wealth or sport?
Yes, putting a limit, an extremely exorbitant one at that, on what you can earn. If we put a cap on wealth, it wouldn't be a matter of stockpiling more money than anyone else anymore. It would spur people to maintain that limit while also doing more with the money they did have than anyone else. It would be an immediate stimulus to the economy, and there would be greater strives to gain accomplishments in more fields of the greater human interest, like science and technology, instead of ones of self-interest, like fattening your own bank account.
But what's the point of having lots of money if you can't use it to get more money?
There are a number of things you can do with money besides buying things for yourself or hoarding it. Put it back into the economy with a business idea that helps in a way that benefits overall societal structures. Put it into research. Put it into the arts. Put it into your community. Put it into whatever program or charity you want. Just do something.
But who would have the most money?
No one would have the most money. Some would still have much, much more than others, but at least poverty wouldn't be anywhere near as bad an issue. It might be something that could be phased out altogether one day.
Oh, but money!
Son of a bitch!